Just opening thoughts from you.
I'm just really proud of our group. There haven't been many times, I think, we're leaving the game and in the hallway as a coaching staff and we're talking about our toughness. And that was a toughness game, and we've challenged them in the last 2 weeks. Are you tough? We're not so sure. And tonight we were tough, and so just really proud of that effort, that all around, we went into the locker room and I know it really stinks and it hurts when you lose and when you lose by one, and I don't want to say I've been there, but I might have been there once or twice. And I know that pain, that feeling, it's hard to get past it. But for us, it's so much about failure leading to success. And that's a shout out to our manager because she gave me a quote this morning. It was all about mistakes and how a mistake leads to failure. But failure is a recipe for success, for future success. And so our team just has to understand that and not hang their heads, because this was a hard fought and a really good Murray State team, who's competing for an OVC title like we are. And so to have this type of game in January, preparing us for February, you always want to be playing your best basketball towards the end of the season and getting into the second half of the second semester. So for us, it was just such a building game and a great game to have for the future.
Yes, this felt, I know it was January, but it really felt like a, late February, early March kind of game. What are you taking from tonight, buildings now, or sort of entering the second half of OVC regular season play?
Yeah, it's just prep. It's preparing us for the future. It's preparing us for more OVC games, close games against a competitive group of women on the other side of the ball. And that's what we're going to see this week in Tennessee State and in SIMO. And, it's taking lessons and learning things from this game to be ready and more prepared for the next opponent in the next game. And I hate to say, I hate to lose in a situation like that, but being a close game, we have that experience. We haven't had many close games. I said this to our team, we've either been on the winning side or we've been on the losing side. We haven't been on the close side a lot. So to have a game like this that's really getting us ready for March, that's a March Madness type game. That's a March game where people are fighting. It's high scoring. It's fun to watch. I hope it was fun to watch. And it just stinks that we came out on the other side of it. But credit to Murray. They're so balanced. They have a veteran point guard and guard that can really score the ball internally, obviously, and then they have a dominant big. This balance of offense, and defense makes you really, really difficult to guard. I thought we got more of that today out of our bunch. You look at our scoring, very balanced, multiple players in double-digit figures. So again, just really proud of our group, and I know they're hanging their head right now, but they shouldn't for too long because we got a lot more games to win.
You've talked a lot about, wanting to see a full 40 minutes out of your group. How close do you think you all were to sort of getting there today? And what do you think that's going to look like once you do it?
Yeah, I think about 90%. That was about a 90%, almost 40-minute game. And we're laughing, but it's like a 10%. What that matters, that's 1 point. That's 1 point. So I'm smiling because I know that our group is so capable of more games like that. So capable of more games like that. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but for us to have a game like that and to put ourselves in position, that shot wins the game. Wow.
Yeah. 10 points off the bench from Makia Key tonight, and 16 from the bench as a whole, which more than doubled Murray's. So we're talking about that depth.
Really great. Makia coming off the bench these last 2 games, I think has gave us some great defensive energy too. That second wave of players that are coming in the basketball game are fresh-legged, ready to play. And today she was a true point guard. Look at her line. Rebounded, assists, couple steals. That's a true point guard. So to see that out of Makia, I think was really great. And Allie, we say this after every game, is such a battler. It stunk that she got that second foul so early, but for us to still be in the game too, it's a halftime score and Allie and Kennard didn't play a whole lot, so, just really proud of our bunch, really proud.
And then Gabby, 23 and 11, being off for a couple of games.
Yeah.
Being able to come back and really bounce back.
Yeah, bounce back from a mediocre first half. Yeah. That's when it's really hard, when you're in the middle of a game and you can turn it, gosh, wouldn't that be nice, turn it on and off like that. Like, you can recognize what I have to do to get better and be better, and then literally translate it into a third quarter and into a fourth quarter. I mean, it kept us in the game. Big shot after big shot. Great job rebounding. I mean, she had a couple offensive rebounds that were huge for us, gave us a second opportunity. Michaela Kennard made a great decision at the end of the game, and she could have turned the corner and gone and got a contested shot, but instead she found a Gabby wide open at the top of the key, and such a great decision. So I just wanted to make note of that. It was really awesome. Thank you so much.